We are crossing live to Absrod Oval, where the Scodfather will speak to the press.
I heard that he is in a grumpy mood.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining. I put up a video yesterday, breaking news. As you can see, this was episode 1. We're up to episode 2 now, just coming down. Now, episode 1, I actually put up a one before this one, but it had copyright issues, and so I had to take it down. So I'm going to make a new introduction for myself, make it professional. I've got to look like the big channels now, just coming down. I'm going to make them jealous. So, you'll see the new introduction next week. Now, let's move on with today's breaking news. Now, this might be like the Sandra Sully show, okay? The late news, because I'm getting the news. Well, I'm doing these videos at night time. As you can see, it's 9:45 p.m. So I'm doing these videos late. This is the only time I got to do them. Now, before I continue, I have a small announcement to make. There's a young man by the name of Simon Lewis. He's one of my subscribers on this channel, and he sent me a message. It was about 3 weeks ago. He asked for my address and said he's got a present for me that he's made. Well, he's got a present for me, and I said, look, the biggest present for me is just you watching my channel. I said, "There's no don't give me any presents because I'm happy, you know. Don't give me a present." Anyway, we left. He insisted, "No, I've got to send you a present." Now I didn't know what it was. Okay, so I said, "Look, just you follow me is a present enough for me. Just come it down." Anyway, he sent me a message this morning. He said, "Go to the post office, and there's something there for you to collect." He didn't even have my address, but he knew I lived in St Albans. That's all he knew. So I went to the post office, okay, and I seen this. I seen my little box. Okay, he gave me a little box, and I opened it up, and a Scodfather jump. Actually, this is a really high quality shirt. I can't wear this, you know why? Because it's too nice. I'm gonna hang it. I'm gonna frame it and hang it. The Godfather, Supercoach, absolutely love it. Just want to say thank you to young Simon. It made my day. Anyway, let's continue. Now, searching for news so I can share with you guys. I went onto the AFL website and I come across the traders. Okay, I usually love listening to these blokes, and a warning from the traders, and they had Sanders on the show. All right, and so I recommend you listen to this. Okay, it was actually quite entertaining. And listening to the traders, they had Sanders on the show, and I made up notes because there's a lot he talked about. The young man. Now, he said that he's been training in the midfield and in the forward line, so a bit of both. So training both midfield and forward. For starters, that's not a good sign. Okay, so with Bevo training in the forward line, it's a hint that he's going to probably play forward and move to the midfield a couple of times and go back to the forward line again. So he actually doesn't even know his role, okay, the young boy, because, I mean, how can he? The coach is Bevo, just come it down! Now, he said, when asked which cash cows, or which rookies at the Dogs is going to be good to get, he said Sam Darcy, primed. He said jump on him, okay, so Sam Darcy is a tip from the young man. When asked, great pod, he said Trelaw. He said not many will have him, but he's a gun. Okay, so Trelaw's the great pod. When asked about Caleb Daniel, he said he's doing all his stuff in the midfield. Okay, a bit of mid, a bit of defense, a bit of forward, a bit of everything. But a lot of his stuff were exact words. Doing all his stuff midfield with the exact words. So it could be interesting to watch. Now, when asked about McCrae, okay, and he said that McCrae trained with the mids, but hasn't played a trial game yet, okay, and so he doesn't really know McCrae's role, okay. I mean, as super coaches, as you and me, we don't know these players' roles. The players don't know their own roles. So we can't blame these players. We know what Bevo's like. So he doesn't know, okay? So, and I've got more news on McCrae coming up in a minute. Now, asked about Caulfield. He said, big boy, lock him in. Starting back in the Sims. So he starts with the first, or the A-grade team, whatever they call it. So Caulfield, big boy. The exact words were, lock him in. Okay, so keep an eye out for Caulfield. Now, asked about Harms. He said Harms playing forward mid. Then he mentioned that the Dogs have lots of mids, okay, which we already know, okay. He mentioned they have a lot of mids there, so a lot of the mids may go to the wings, to the forwards, or play mid. He doesn't know where they're going to play, and I don't blame the poor kid, okay. So he says here, not sure. He didn't actually say not sure what Bevo will do, because Bevo will kill him if he says that, but he just said, I'm not sure where they'll be playing. I just added Bevo in there, just because it sounded better. Just come at the end. Now, he said the practice game against the Hawks will give a better indication of all the players' roles. Young man, Riley, unfortunately that won't even give you an indication, because with Bevo everything changes the next game, so that's not even going to help. But anyway, he thinks that the practice game versus the Hawks will give a better indication. Hopefully it does. And he asked about which rookies that he likes. He says McCrae, okay, great role, he said, and really likes McCrae as the rookie. Talked highly about Harley Reid playing a similar role to Cheezels. He actually knows more about the other rookies than his own team. Just come down. Anyway, talked about Harley Reid and playing a similar role to Cheezels if he plays a half-back role, so that could be interesting. And he liked Windsor on the wing. They were the main ones that he mentioned. He did mention a few of the rookies that play in the forward line, like the Dersmers and that, and he said that the role no good for Supercoach points. Don't get them. He actually didn't say don't get them, but you get the hint anyway. Now, on Twitter, Drew Jones put up a tweet, said Jack McCrae update from Dogs training, worked with the main group for around 45 minutes before moving to the rehab group for run-throughs, shook his head as he left main training. It looks like Jack McCrae at the moment is probably going to be a no-no, so might have to pass. We now go over to the Eagles. Now, this channel, I don't know how it popped up, but it popped up on my feed. So I'd never heard of it. True Eagle. If you're an Eagles supporter, maybe he's only got 2 videos. So he's obviously no, he's got more videos. Okay, he's done a few. He's been out for a while. Actually, he's got a lot of videos. Just coming down. Anyway, I popped into his channel, and he was talking about, because I wanted to see what a Eagle supporter thinks of Harley Reid, because to be honest, at 200k, I was struggling to fit him in my team because I got so many forwards there, but I didn't have to wait too long before he started mentioning Harley Reid. And he was talking about his blistering. I mean, he's watched the whole game. Okay, so I didn't watch their practice game. He's talking about his blistering speed, his ball use, his composure, his strength, and he's talking about him. And then I had Sanders just before talking about him. So it looks like I know 70% already own him, but you can almost say don't have doubts going by what the Eagles supporters are saying about Harley Reid. They're very excited. So anyway, it's not really breaking news, but he was watching the practice game, so he's going off the practice game. We now go over to the Mighty Tigers. Okay, now Lafau, or Lafou, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, but he's become an AFL listed Tiger. Okay, 102k. And if you don't know much about this boy, because I had no idea who this boy was until I watched the practice game, and oh my God, just come down. He is so good. Now, he can run. He can tackle, and when he tackles, oh, they stick. So he can tackle. He can run. He's a rugby player. He played for Melbourne. Well, he was training for Melbourne Storm. Okay, so he chose between rugby and footy. He went footy. he kicked 25 goals in a game of footy. I mean, it wasn't VFL standard, right? But it was still 25 goals. It's not easy to kick 25 goals in a game of footy. Even school footy, it's hard to kick 25 goals. Actually, if I play footy in the backyard just by myself, I still couldn't kick 25 goals. Just come down. So he kicked 25 goals. He's built like a tank, okay? There isn't a player that he reminds me of. If you can remember Rene Kink from Collingwood in the old days, they call him the Incredible Hulk. Well, he reminds me a little bit of Rene Kink. He just runs through brick walls, takes overhead marks. I really hope they play him in round 1. He's going to be a gun, okay? Now, in other news at Tigerland, mind you, please get to watch his phone with his parents. He loves his parents. This is a great video, very emotional. Mansell is injured. Now, Mansell was going to play in the forward line, okay? And he was training that. He was really on fire. But he's injured now. So this opens up a spot now for Steely Green. And now it's virtually... Steely Green is probably the best small forward at the moment on current form at Richmond. So, rookie listed 123k. Steely Green, just lock him in because he's going to play round 0. You're actually going to see him anyway. And the Richmond half forward line, they've got a big chance of scoring points this year because of the way they attack through the wings. So I like Steely Green as the rookie. We now go over to Hawthorn, and we broke the news yesterday about Ethan Phillips. Well, now it's official. He has signed a 102k Hawk, and I showed you his stats. They were very impressive. Yeah, apparently in the All-Australian VFL team as well, so a very impressive young man. Now we now go over to North Melbourne, and they've also signed a 102k player for us, sharpshooter to finalise list. What's his name? Tyler Sellers. Okay, so I've actually never heard of him. But, well, apparently he's a sharpshooter. Just come down! But I'm not sure about job security anyway. We now move over to Port Adelaide. And young Sin. Now, he's been injured for the last 2 years, okay? Struggling with his groins, and he's had a few problems. Now, he's had an outstanding performance in the Port Adelaide's internal trial. Apparently he's on fire. And training, his attitude, I loved it. Okay, I actually listened to the whole presser. It was only 6 minutes. It didn't take too much time. I was playing FIFA at the same time, just cover down. Anyway, I listened to his presser, and his attitude, and he's training in defence this year. And he's going to play as a defender on the half-back line. Probably the best position you can have a rookie playing. So keep an eye out, and if he's named to play, just lock him in. Okay, don't even think about it. Just lock him in. He'll probably score as high as a 200k rookie. Okay, so because all these rookies are coming up, I don't know which way to go this year. I was gonna go mid-price madness, then I'm going guns and rookies. Guns and rookies is actually looking quite good right now. If you're gonna get 123k players going at 80s. You're better off going guns and rookies. It's starting to really annoy me right now. My plans are going to backfire. I'm happy I'm finding these good rookies, but you've got to adapt with your team. So you've got to sort of pick a team that matches the rookies. Because don't forget, we pick our team based on these rookies. So if you've got a rookie scoring 80 points, you want to make sure this rookie's on fields. When I recorded this video, I forgot to do the ending. Now, this is the next day. And today there's more breaking news, but I'm going to give this news to you tomorrow. So you'll get all the news all the day before. Like I said, it's a Sandra Sully show. The late news. Just coming down. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.